Welcome back. Oh, seniors, please stop eating this fruit. I am begging you. I know that sounds dramatic, but if you're over 40 or 50 or 60, this is one of those things that could quietly mess with your health, your energy, your joints, your sleep, your hormones. And you might not even realize it's the reason why you feel older than you should. And here's the kicker. It's not some weird exotic fruit. It's one of the most common ones in your kitchen. Let's start with what's on your plate, because everything you eat after 40 either becomes your best medicine or your slowest poison. I'm not exaggerating when I say that food can either age you faster or keep you strong and vibrant for decades longer. When you're young, your body is forgiving. You can get away with late-night snacks, sugary breakfasts, or skipping meals. But after 40, your metabolism begins to shift. Your muscle mass naturally declines, your hormone balance changes, and your body doesn't process carbs and sugar the same way it used to. That's why what worked for you in your 20s might now be leaving you bloated, tired, or gaining weight, even though you're eating the same things. And that brings us right back to that innocent little fruit I was begging you to stop eating so much of. The banana. I know it's convenient. I know it's labeled as healthy. But if you start your morning with a banana and coffee, you're basically telling your body, let's start the day with a sugar spike and crash. Bananas are full of natural sugar, fructose, and while it's natural, your body still has to process it as sugar. Once you eat it, your blood glucose rises fast, your pancreas releases insulin to handle it, and within a couple of hours, your blood sugar drops. That's when you feel tired, hungry, or craving more carbs. It's a roller coaster your metabolism can no longer afford. If you've ever felt that mid-morning crash, maybe you had breakfast at 7:30 and by 10. You're yawning or craving something sweet. That's your blood sugar crying out for stability. And what happens when you repeat that cycle every day for years? Your cells become less responsive to insulin. That's what doctors call insulin resistance. And it's a key factor in belly fat, fatigue, and even diseases like type 2 diabetes and heart problems. It sneaks up slowly, and it starts with simple habits like sugary fruit on an empty stomach. Now, I'm not saying fruit is bad. Fruit is a gift from nature. But after 40, you have to be strategic about which fruits you eat and when. Think of your fruit like dessert, something to enjoy after a balanced meal, not on its own first thing in the morning. Choose fruits that give you antioxidants and fiber without flooding your system with sugar. Berries are the gold standard. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries. They're rich in vitamins. They help your body fight inflammation, and they're gentle on your blood sugar. An apple with peanut butter, half a grapefruit, a kiwi, or some sliced melon can be great options too. The other side of nutrition after 40 is protein, and honestly, most people don't get nearly enough. Protein is your secret weapon against aging. It builds muscle, keeps your metabolism active, and helps your body repair itself. Without enough of it, you lose muscle faster. And that's when the aches, the fatigue, and the I feel weak days start creeping in. So with every meal, think, where's my protein? It could be eggs for breakfast, chicken or fish for lunch, Greek yogurt for a snack, lentils or beans for dinner. If you're vegetarian, focus on tofu, tempeh, or a good protein powder to bridge the gap. When you combine protein with fiber and healthy fats, magic happens. Your blood sugar stays steady. Your energy lasts longer, and your cravings drop dramatically. Imagine swapping your morning banana for a plate of scrambled eggs with spinach and avocado. Maybe a handful of berries on the side. That one change alone could stabilize your entire morning energy curve. You'll notice you don't need that extra cup of coffee or snack by mid-morning. Now let's talk about fats, because for decades we were told fat was bad. That couldn't be further from the truth. Healthy fats are crucial for hormone balance, brain function, and even glowing skin. Your body literally uses fats to build cell walls and hormones. So include olive oil, avocados, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish like salmon or sardines. Avoid the fake fats, margarine, processed oils, and fried foods. They create inflammation that makes your joints ache and your skin dull. Carbs aren't the enemy either, but you need to pick the right kind. Whole grains, sweet potatoes, quinoa, and oats provide steady energy without the sugar crash. What matters is portion and timing. Try eating your carbs after you've had your protein and veggies. This slows the absorption of sugar into your blood. You can even try this little trick. Before a carb-heavy meal, have a few bites of salad with vinegar. The fiber and acidity help blunt the sugar spike. It's one of those small, smart habits that makes a big difference. Let's talk hydration too, because most people don't realize how deeply it affects their energy and metabolism. As we age, our sense of thirst dulls, so you might think you're fine when you're actually dehydrated. Dehydration slows digestion, stiffens your joints, and even makes your skin look older. Water literally keeps everything flowing. Your blood, your lymph system, your brain function. A good rule of thumb is to drink half your body weight in ounces each day. So, if you weigh 160 pounds, that's about 80 ounces of water, or roughly 10 cups. If you find plain water boring, add cucumber, lemon, or a few mint leaves. Herbal teas count too. Just avoid sugary drinks or juices. And let's not forget what happens between meals. Snacking all day keeps your insulin high and doesn't let your body rest or burn fat efficiently. Try giving yourself at least 3 to 4 hours between meals. Your body needs those breaks to reset. If you really need a snack, go for something that balances fat and protein, like almonds with a piece of cheese or apple slices with peanut butter. Another game changer? Mindful eating. Most of us eat while distracted, scrolling on the phone, watching TV, thinking about the next thing on the to-do list. But when you rush through meals, your brain doesn't register fullness properly. Try sitting down, taking a breath, and really tasting your food. Chew slowly. Notice the texture. When you eat this way, you naturally eat less but feel more satisfied. Supplements can play a role too, but think of them as support, not shortcuts. If you're over 40, vitamin D, magnesium, omega-3s, and a high-quality multivitamin can help fill in nutritional gaps. Collagen or bone broth can support your joints and skin from the inside. But none of those things can make up for a poor diet, so get the basics right first. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Your body keeps score. Every meal you eat, every sip you take, every habit you repeat adds up. If you feed your body sugar and processed food, it will show up as fatigue, stiffness, and weight gain. But if you feed it whole, colorful, nutrient-rich food, your body will reward you with more energy, clearer skin, sharper thinking, and better moods. And you don't have to be perfect to see change. It's not about cutting everything out at once. It's about awareness and adjustment. Swap one thing. Replace one sugary fruit with berries. Add one more glass of water a day. Choose grilled over fried. Add protein to every meal. It's small decisions that build into big results. You might not see it immediately, but give your body a few weeks, and you'll feel it. The steady energy, the lighter mood, the better sleep. That's your body saying thank you. Food is not just calories, it's communication. Every bite you take sends your body a message: heal or harm, energize or exhaust. You get to decide which message you send. And once you start eating in a way that supports your hormones, your digestion, and your energy, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. Your meals become medicine, your kitchen becomes your pharmacy, and your health starts to feel like something you're in control of again. Movement is life, and the truth is, the less you move, the faster you age. It's not just about burning calories or fitting into clothes. It's about keeping your body functional, your joints flexible, and your heart strong enough to carry you through the next few decades. When you're younger, you can skip workouts and bounce back quickly. But after 40, your body starts to adapt to what you do most often. If you spend your day sitting, your body becomes excellent at sitting. Your muscles tighten, your back rounds, your metabolism slows, and suddenly you feel older than your years. But the good news is, The human body is incredibly adaptable at any age. Even if you've been sedentary for years, you can rebuild strength, balance, and vitality if you simply begin to move with intention. Let's start with the basic truth about aging and muscle. After 40, you start losing about half a pound of muscle every year if you're not actively maintaining it. That might not sound like much, but muscle is metabolically active. It burns calories even at rest. It supports your bones, and it stabilizes your joints. When muscle disappears, you lose your natural fat-burning engine, your metabolism slows, and simple tasks, like climbing stairs or carrying groceries, start feeling harder. But you can reverse that process with something as simple as regular resistance training. You don't need a gym membership or expensive equipment. Your own body weight is one of the most powerful tools you have. Start with what you can do today. If you can walk, walk. Walking is underrated. It strengthens your legs, improves circulation, reduces stress, and boosts your mood. A brisk 30-minute walk every day can lower your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even depression. And the best part? It's accessible. You can walk around your neighborhood, at a park, or even inside your home. Make it enjoyable. Listen to music, a podcast, or just breathe and be present with your thoughts. Walking after meals is especially powerful because it helps lower blood sugar and improves digestion. Now, let's talk about strength training, because this is where real change happens after 40. Strength training isn't just for bodybuilders. It's for anyone who wants to stay independent, mobile, and energetic. Lifting weights or doing bodyweight exercises signals your body to hold on to muscle and even build new muscle fibers. That means a faster metabolism, stronger bones, and better posture. And you don't need heavy weights. You just need consistency. Start with the basics: squats, push-ups, lunges, planks, and rows. You can modify them to your level. Use a chair for support, do push-ups on the wall, or hold on to a countertop for balance. The goal is not perfection, it's progression. If you do this 2 or 3 times per week, your body will start to change in ways that go beyond appearance. Your joints will ache less, your back will feel stronger, and your energy will rise. Every rep, every set, every drop of sweat is a small message to your body that says, "I'm still alive, I'm still active. Keep me strong." The body listens to what you tell it through your actions, not your age. And don't forget flexibility and mobility. As we age, we tend to stiffen up. Not because of age itself, but because we stop stretching, we stop reaching, we stop twisting. Joints that aren't used become tight and less lubricated. The simple act of moving your joints through their full range of motion every day can dramatically improve how you feel. Try gentle stretching or yoga. Start your morning by rolling your shoulders, stretching your arms overhead, twisting your torso, circling your ankles. You don't need to be a yoga master. Just get into the habit of keeping your body awake. Even 10 minutes of stretching before bed can ease stiffness and improve sleep. Balance is another big one. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury in older adults, but balance is a skill you can train. Try standing on one foot while brushing your teeth or doing heel-to-toe walks across your living room. Simple balance exercises strengthen the small stabilizer muscles that keep you steady. Combine that with core strengthening, planks, gentle crunches, or even sitting on a stability ball, and your entire posture improves. You'll stand taller, walk more confidently, and breathe more deeply. And let's not ignore posture, because posture affects everything. Your breathing, your energy, even how old you look. When your shoulders round forward and your neck juts out, you're not just compressing your spine. You're signaling to your brain that you're tired, defeated, and weak. Standing tall with your shoulders back and your chest open sends the opposite message, that you're capable, alert, and full of vitality. Posture is like body language. It tells the world your age before you even speak. So, every time you catch yourself slouching, take a deep breath, pull your shoulders back, and reset. It's one of the simplest anti-aging practices there is. You don't need to spend hours working out to get results. Short, focused sessions done regularly are far more effective than one long workout once in a while. Even 5 to 10 minutes sprinkled throughout the day adds up. If you work at a desk, set a timer to stand up every hour and stretch or walk around for 2 minutes. If you're watching TV, do light exercises during commercials. Squats, arm circles, calf raises. These little movements keep your metabolism active and your circulation strong. Here's a simple mindset shift that changes everything. Stop thinking of exercise as punishment for eating or something you have to do. Start thinking of it as gratitude for having a body that can move. Movement is a gift, especially as you age. Every step, every stretch, every breath you take during a walk is your body's way of saying thank you. And the more you move, the more your body rewards you with energy, flexibility, and strength. Remember, it's not just your muscles that benefit from movement. Your brain does too. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, sharpens focus, and improves memory. It also releases endorphins, those feel-good hormones that boost your mood and reduce anxiety. That's why after a workout, even a light one, you feel more positive and calm. It's like hitting a mental reset button. For seniors especially, exercise is one of the most powerful tools against cognitive decline and depression. It literally changes the chemistry of your brain for the better. And if you're just starting, go slow. Don't compare yourself to others, or even to your younger self. This isn't about where you were. It's about where you are now and where you want to go. Celebrate small wins. The first time you walk a mile without stopping. The first time you can do 10 squats in a row. The day you notice you can climb stairs without holding onto the railing. Those are victories. Every one of them adds years of strength and independence to your life. Recovery is part of movement too. As you build activity into your life, make sure you also rest. Muscles grow and repair when you sleep, not when you train. Stretch after your workouts, drink water, and get enough protein to support muscle recovery. Listen to your body. Some soreness is normal, pain is not. If something hurts, modify the movement. Don't push through it. You're building longevity, not chasing intensity. Think about how different your life feels when your body moves well. You wake up easier. Your back doesn't ache when you stand. Your knees don't creak every time you bend. You can travel, play with your grandkids, garden, or dance without fear of pain or stiffness. That's what movement gives you. Not a six-pack or a beach body, but the freedom to live fully. The best exercise is the one you'll actually do. If you love walking, walk. If you love swimming, swim. If you like dancing, dance in your living room. Enjoy it. Movement shouldn't feel like punishment. It should feel like a celebration of being alive. You don't need perfection, fancy shoes, or a gym membership. You just need consistency, curiosity, and the willingness to keep your body awake and active every day. The most powerful anti-aging tool in the world isn't in a pill or a cream. It's in your legs, your arms, your breath, and your heartbeat. Every time you move, you're telling your body to keep living, keep growing, and keep going. Sleep is not just rest. It's your body's nightly repair program, the reset button that keeps you young, clear-minded, and balanced. Yet so many people over 40 treat sleep like an optional luxury instead of a necessity. I hear it all this time. I only need 5 hours, or I've always been a light sleeper. But what they don't realize is that chronic lack of sleep doesn't just make you tired. It ages every system in your body. It affects your hormones, your metabolism, your memory, your mood, and even your skin. The truth is, you can eat perfectly, exercise regularly, take all the right supplements. But if you're not sleeping deeply and consistently, your body never fully heals, and you never truly thrive. When you fall asleep, your body begins an extraordinary process of repair. Your cells regenerate, your immune system strengthens, and your brain clears away toxins that build up during the day. Growth hormone, which helps maintain lean muscle and youthful skin, is released mostly during deep sleep. Your stress hormone, cortisol, lowers overnight so you can wake up calm and refreshed. But if your sleep is cut short or interrupted, all of that is disrupted. High cortisol stays in your system, making you anxious and inflamed. Your hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, get thrown off balance, leading to overeating and sugar cravings the next day. That's why when you don't sleep well, you reach for coffee, carbs, and comfort food. You're literally trying to self-medicate your fatigue. So what's stealing your sleep? For many seniors, it's not just one thing. Sometimes it's hormones. Sometimes it's stress. Sometimes it's habits that have snuck in over the years. But the most common culprit is overstimulation. Too much light, too much noise, too much thinking. Your body has a rhythm, a natural clock called the circadian rhythm, and it runs on light and darkness. When the sun sets, your brain is supposed to start producing melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. But modern life confuses that signal. Screens, TVs, and bright LED lights trick your brain into thinking it's still daytime. That's why you can feel tired all day and then wide awake at 10 p.m. Your rhythm is out of sync. One of the best things you can do for your sleep is to protect that rhythm. As the evening sets in, dim your lights, lower the temperature in your home, and avoid looking at screens at least an hour before bed. If you must use your phone or tablet, use a blue light filter or wear blue light blocking glasses. Instead of scrolling, try reading a paper book, stretching, or journaling. Gentle routines signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Think of it as landing an airplane. You don't slam the brakes right before the runway, you descend gradually. Your body needs that same descent to prepare for quality sleep. What you eat and drink also plays a massive role. Caffeine stays in your system for hours, even if you don't feel it. So if you're sipping coffee or tea in the afternoon, it could be quietly keeping you awake at night. The same goes for alcohol. Many people think a glass of wine helps them relax, but alcohol disrupts deep sleep and makes you wake up in the middle of the night. Heavy meals late in the evening also strain digestion and keep your body busy when it should be resting. If you often wake up around 2 or 3 a.m., your body might be struggling to balance blood sugar while you sleep. Try having your last meal 2 to 3 hours before bed, and if you need something light, a small snack with protein and fat, like a spoon of almond butter, can help stabilize blood sugar overnight. The environment you sleep in matters more than most people realize. Your bedroom should feel like a sanctuary, not a storage room. Keep it cool, dark, and quiet. Around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit is ideal for deep sleep because your body temperature naturally drops when you're resting. Blackout curtains, white noise machines, or even a simple fan can make a big difference. And please, leave your phone across the room. Those little notifications, even the glow from the screen, can keep your brain slightly alert. Your bed should be for 2 things only: sleep and intimacy. No work, no TV, no scrolling. That's how you train your brain to associate your bed with rest. For people who struggle to fall asleep, a relaxation routine can help bridge the gap between being awake and asleep. Try deep breathing. Inhale slowly for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Or do a body scan. Start from your toes and mentally release tension from each part of your body as you move upward. Sometimes, the problem isn't that your body won't sleep. It's that your mind won't let it. Writing down your worries before bed, instead of replaying them in your head, can free your mind from that mental loop. There's also a strong connection between physical activity and sleep. When you move your body during the day, you burn off stress hormones and naturally build up sleep pressure, the biological drive that makes you tired at night. But timing matters. Strenuous exercise right before bed can make you too alert, so aim to finish workouts a few hours before bedtime. Even gentle movement, like a walk after dinner, helps digestion and calms the nervous system. Hormones play a huge role, especially after 40. For women, menopause can cause hot flashes and night sweats that interrupt sleep. For men, lower testosterone levels can reduce deep sleep quality. Supporting hormone balance through nutrition, hydration, and stress management can help regulate sleep cycles. Magnesium is a wonderful mineral for this. It relaxes muscles, calms nerves, and supports melatonin production. You can get it from leafy greens, nuts, or a gentle supplement like magnesium glycinate before bed. Your mindset around sleep also matters. If you go to bed thinking, "I hope I can sleep tonight," you're already triggering anxiety. Instead, approach bedtime as something you look forward to, a peaceful, restorative ritual. Focus on how good your body feels when it finally relaxes. Even if you wake up during the night, don't panic or look at the clock. Just breathe, stay still, and remind yourself that resting quietly still helps your body recharge. Often, you'll drift back to sleep naturally once you stop fighting it. Sleep isn't lazy, it's productive. While you sleep, your brain sorts memories, strengthens learning, and literally washes away waste through a process called the glymphatic system. It's like housekeeping for your mind. That's why you think clearer, feel happier, and make better decisions after a good night's sleep. Without it, your focus drops, your emotions swing, and your immune system weakens. Even your skin shows it. Dark circles, dull tone, more wrinkles. Beauty sleep is not a myth, it's biology. If you've struggled with sleep for years, know that it can improve. It might take time, but your body remembers how to rest. Sometimes it's about breaking old habits that no longer serve you. Stop using exhaustion as a badge of honor. You don't need to power through. You need to power down. Rest is not weakness. It's how you recharge the strength to keep going. And when you start sleeping deeply again, everything in your life gets better. Your workouts, your digestion, your focus, your relationships. You'll find yourself smiling more, thinking sharper, and feeling more alive than you have in years. Stress is one of the biggest invisible forces sabotaging health after 40. Yet most people don't even realize how deeply it's woven into their daily lives. It's not just about feeling tense or anxious. Chronic stress silently affects every cell, every organ, and every system in your body. It raises your blood pressure, disrupts your hormones, weakens your immune system, and even makes it harder to lose weight. The tricky thing is, stress today doesn't always look like panic or crisis. It often looks like rushing, multitasking, worrying, caring for everyone else, and never truly switching off. You might be calm on the outside, but inside, your body is running an endless marathon that drains your energy and accelerates aging. When you're under stress, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline, your fight or flight hormones. These chemicals are great for short bursts of danger, like jumping out of the way of a speeding car. But when your brain perceives constant pressure, emails, bills, deadlines, family worries, those hormones never fully turn off. High cortisol over time breaks down muscle, stores fat around the belly, and suppresses the hormones that keep you youthful and balanced. That's why people who live under constant stress often notice changes they can't explain. They gain weight even when eating less, feel tired no matter how much they sleep, get more colds, or find their skin dull and their moods unpredictable. It's not a lack of willpower, it's biology under strain. The first step in managing stress is recognizing how it shows up in your body. For some, it's a tight neck, headaches, or clenched jaw. For others, it's an upset stomach, poor sleep, or constant fatigue. The body always whispers before it screams, and learning to listen to those whispers is powerful. Ask yourself, how do I know when I'm stressed? Where do I feel it? Awareness alone begins to interrupt the pattern, because you can't change what you don't acknowledge. Then there's the mental side of stress, the stories we tell ourselves. So often, the mind keeps replaying worries like a broken record. What if I can't handle it? What if I fail? What if something goes wrong? Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. That's why thinking about problems all day can have the same physiological impact as living through them. To break that loop, you have to redirect your focus. Try asking better questions instead of repeating negative ones. Instead of, what if this goes wrong? Ask, what if this works out? Or what can I do right now to make it better? It sounds simple, but that shift tells your brain you're not helpless. You're in control. Breathing is the fastest way to calm the nervous system. When you're stressed, your breathing becomes shallow and quick, sending a message to your brain that danger is near. Slow, deep breaths do the opposite. They signal safety. One technique I love is the 4-7-8 breath. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 7, and exhale through your mouth for 8. Do this for a few minutes, and you'll feel your heart rate slow down, your shoulders drop, and your mind clear. It's like flipping the switch from fight or flight to rest and digest. Physical movement is another powerful stress reliever. You don't need a hardcore workout to release tension. Even a brisk walk can work wonders. When you move, your body releases endorphins, your natural mood boosters, and burns off excess adrenaline. Yoga, Tai Chi, and stretching are especially effective because they combine breath, focus, and movement. Many people over 40 find that as they age, their body doesn't crave intensity. It craves balance. Exercise should energize you, not exhaust you. If you leave a workout feeling depleted, it's time to reevaluate. Sometimes the best stress relief is not pushing harder, but moving mindfully. What you feed your body also affects how it handles stress. Processed foods, sugar and caffeine, may give quick comfort, but they actually amplify stress responses. Sugar spikes your blood sugar, then crashes it, leading to irritability and fatigue. Caffeine raises cortisol levels, especially when you're already anxious. Instead, nourish yourself with foods that stabilize energy. Complex carbs like oats or quinoa, healthy fats from avocados and nuts, and protein from fish or legumes. Magnesium-rich foods like spinach and pumpkin seeds help relax muscles and calm nerves. Even hydration matters. Being mildly dehydrated can increase cortisol levels. Many people mistake stress for hunger or tiredness when what they really need is a glass of water. Then there's emotional nourishment, the part of stress management that doesn't come from food or exercise, but from how you connect with others and yourself. As people get older, responsibilities grow. Career pressures, family caregiving, financial concerns, and personal joy often gets pushed aside. But joy isn't frivolous. It's medicine. Laughter, music, time in nature, creative hobbies, and meaningful conversations lower stress hormones and boost serotonin, the feel-good chemical. If you can spend time outside daily, the sunlight, fresh air, and natural sounds help your body reset its rhythms and remind your nervous system that the world is bigger than your worries. Sleep is deeply tied to stress. When you're stressed, you can't sleep. And when you can't sleep, you get more stressed. A vicious cycle. Breaking it often starts with winding down the mind. Try setting a digital sunset. No screens or work at least an hour before bed. Journaling before sleep can help release mental clutter. Write down everything you're worried about. Then list one small action you can take tomorrow for each problem. Once it's on paper, your brain can rest, knowing it doesn't have to hold on to everything overnight. Another overlooked part of managing stress is posture. When you're anxious or overwhelmed, your body curls inward. Shoulders hunch, chest tightens, breath shortens. This posture physically reinforces the stress response. Simply opening your chest, lifting your chin, and taking a deep breath can send a message to your brain that you are safe. The body and mind are always communicating. Sometimes you can't think your way out of stress, but you can move your way out of it. Mindfulness doesn't have to mean sitting cross-legged for hours. It can be as simple as washing dishes and actually feeling the warm water, walking outside and noticing the colors of the trees, or taking 5 minutes to just breathe and be. Mindfulness brings you back to the present. And stress lives in the future, in the what-ifs. The more you train your attention to the now, the less power stress has over you. And then there's gratitude, a simple but profound practice. The brain can't focus on fear and gratitude at the same time. Each night before bed, think of 3 things that went right, no matter how small. Maybe it's a good conversation, a delicious meal, or the way the sunset looked. This trains your mind to scan for the positive instead of the negative. And over time, that rewires your brain's stress response. You start to notice more good, feel more capable, and react less to life's bumps. For many older adults, stress also comes from change. Body changes, life transitions, shifting roles. Children grow up, careers slow down, health needs more attention. These transitions can feel like loss, but they can also be rebirth. Learning to see change not as a threat, but as evolution lightens the load. Every phase of life has its challenges and gifts. Stress comes from resisting the moment instead of meeting it. When you accept where you are and focus on what you can control, peace follows naturally. The truth is, stress will never disappear completely. Life will always bring pressure and unpredictability. The goal isn't to eliminate stress, it's to build resilience. Resilience is the ability to bend without breaking, to face challenges without losing yourself. You build it through consistency, consistent self-care, consistent perspective, consistent compassion toward yourself. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep returning to balance. And the more you practice calming your mind, the faster your body learns to return there on its own. Mindset is the foundation that shapes everything about your health, your energy, and how you age. After 40, your body starts to change in ways you can't always control, but your mindset determines whether those changes hold you back or open the door to a stronger, wiser, more confident version of yourself. The truth is, many people begin to limit themselves not because of their body, but because of their beliefs about their body. They start saying things like, "I'm too old for that," or "My best days are behind me," or "It's all downhill from here." Those words, repeated often enough, become a kind of programming that tells your body to slow down. Stop healing, stop improving. But the human body is incredibly adaptable. It listens to what the mind believes. If your mind says, "I'm old and fragile," your body obeys. If your mind says, "I'm still capable, still growing, still strong," your body rises to meet that belief. Mindset is not about ignoring reality. It's about interpreting it in a way that empowers you instead of defeating you. You can't always choose what happens to you, but you can choose the meaning you give it. When a joint aches, you can see it as a sign of decline, or as your body's way of asking for more movement, better nutrition, or more rest. When you gain a few pounds, you can feel frustrated, or you can see it as feedback, information guiding you toward a better balance. The way you talk to yourself matters more than you realize. Every thought sends a signal through your nervous system, influencing hormones, inflammation, and even cellular repair. Self-criticism raises stress and cortisol. Self-compassion calms it down. You can literally think yourself toward healing or away from it. One of the biggest mindset traps people fall into is comparison. You compare your current body to your younger self, or to other people who seem to be aging more gracefully. But comparison is poison to progress. You're not supposed to be who you were at 25. You're supposed to become the healthiest version of who you are now. When you let go of the expectation that your body must look or perform like it did decades ago, you make space to appreciate what it can do today. That shift alone transforms how you move, eat, and care for yourself. Gratitude for your current body creates motivation. Resentment creates resistance. Then there's the fear of change. So many people know what they need to do. Exercise more, eat cleaner, rest better. But they get paralyzed by fear. Fear of failure, fear of discomfort, fear that it's too late. But here's the truth. Change feels uncomfortable because your brain loves familiarity. It equates predictability with safety, even when that predictability is unhealthy. So every time you try to do something new, your brain will whisper, "This is hard. Let's just stay the same." That's not a sign of weakness. It's biology. The trick is not to fight the discomfort, but to expect it. Tell yourself, this feeling is part of transformation. When you know that growth feels awkward at first, you stop taking that discomfort as a sign to quit. Another piece of mindset is self-image, the way you see yourself, even when no one else is watching. If deep down you see yourself as tired, unhealthy, or past your prime, your daily choices will reflect that identity. You'll unconsciously act in ways that reinforce it. But when you start identifying as a person who takes care of their health, who moves daily, who eats for nourishment, you naturally begin to behave like that person. Identity drives behavior, not the other way around. So the question becomes, who do you want to be? Not someday, now. Start speaking and acting like that version of you today, and your life will catch up. Affirmations can sound cliché, but they work when you back them with consistent action. Saying, I am strong, while never moving your body won't change much. But pairing that statement with daily effort, stretching, walking, lifting, creates alignment between your words and your reality. You start to trust yourself again. Self-trust is one of the most powerful outcomes of a positive mindset. When you trust yourself, you stop looking for motivation from others because you've built your own internal drive. Every time you keep a small promise to yourself, like drinking your water or doing your workout, you strengthen that trust. Every broken promise weakens it. The key is to keep the promises small and achievable, then build from there. Momentum, not perfection, creates progress. The aging mind often gets cluttered with regrets, things you wish you had done differently, chances you didn't take, habits you didn't start sooner. But living in regret is like driving with your eyes glued to the rearview mirror. You can't move forward. The past is not a prison. It's a classroom. Every choice, every setback taught you something. If you're still here, you still have time to apply those lessons. The most powerful question you can ask yourself is, what can I learn from this, and how can I use it now? That question turns pain into purpose, and purpose is fuel for health. Resilience is the muscle that mindset builds. It's not about never falling. It's about getting up every single time. The most vibrant people in their 50s, 60s, and beyond aren't the ones who never struggled. They're the ones who refuse to give up. They see setbacks as part of the process, not the end of it. That's why consistency matters more than intensity. Anyone can be motivated for a week, but mindset is what keeps you steady through the days you don't feel like trying. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. The beautiful thing is, discipline gets easier the more you use it, because your brain learns to crave the feeling of keeping promises to yourself. Your environment also feeds your mindset. If you're surrounded by people who constantly complain about aging or health, that energy seeps into you. But if you spend time with people who are active, curious, and positive, you absorb that energy too. Protect your mental space like you protect your physical health. Watch what you consume. Not just food, but information. News, gossip, social media, all of it programs your mood. Fill your mind with things that inspire and challenge you. Read stories about people who defied expectations. Feed your brain with evidence that vitality has no age limit, and your mindset will mirror that truth. Another important part of mindset is forgiveness, especially self-forgiveness. Many people carry guilt for years about how they treated their bodies in the past. Maybe they didn't exercise. Maybe they smoked. Maybe they ignored warning signs. But guilt doesn't heal. It only drains energy from change. The moment you forgive yourself, you reclaim power. You can't rewrite yesterday, but you can shape tomorrow. Every meal, every walk, every deep breath is a chance to start fresh. The body is incredibly forgiving. It responds quickly when you treat it with care, no matter how long it's been neglected. But it responds even faster when you let go of shame. And perhaps the most transformative mindset shift is learning to see health not as punishment, but as privilege. Moving your body isn't something you have to do. It's something you get to do. Eating nourishing food isn't deprivation. It's self-respect. Resting isn't laziness. It's recovery. When you approach health with gratitude instead of obligation, every action becomes lighter, easier, and more joyful. You start wanting to take care of yourself, not just feeling like you should. That shift creates sustainability. You can't bully yourself into long-term wellness, but you can love yourself into it. At this stage of life, mindset becomes your greatest anti-aging tool. Creams, supplements, and diets all have their place, but the way you think determines how you experience everything. If you believe aging means decline, your body will follow that script. But if you believe aging means refinement, wisdom, strength, and freedom, your body will respond accordingly. Your energy, your posture, your presence, all of it begins in the mind. You can't control the years, but you can control how you show up for them. Each day, remind yourself that your best years aren't behind you. They're in front of you, waiting for you to believe it first. All right, my friends, go drink your water, stretch your back, and eat those berries instead of bananas. Your future self will thank you for it. Stay strong, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next video.